Please welcome Stephanie DePetro, Senior Cybersecurity Engineer.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. So my name is Stephanie DePetro. I work for Optum as an I see my Optum folks over here. Okay. As an ethical hacker. Okay, I reached my dream job. My story that I'm going to tell you today is going to be something that is very personal to me. It's my personal journey. All right. I have 3 warnings to give you. Okay. 1, there's going to be some dark moments in my past. Okay. If at any point you feel uncomfortable, please feel free to leave the room. All right, I totally understand that. 2nd, I did not practice for this. All right, and I did that. There's no script. There's nothing I'm reading. Okay, and I did this because I wanted to talk from the heart. All right, I wanted to tell you guys how I feel from the heart. All right. Thirdly, I've never told this story before. I've never done this before. I've never done this before, okay? So please bear with me. It starts in Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay, set the scene. That's where I grew up. Me and my sister are 1 year apart, okay? I only have 20 minutes to give this, so I have to kind of fast forward through the story. So again, bear with me. We grew up in a very abusive childhood, all right? My dad was very neglectful and mean, and my mom was very mentally and physically abusive, all right? So set the scene. All right, now I'm 15, my sister's 14. My dad gets orders to Honduras. He cannot bring his family with him. And this set something off in my mom. Things got worse. It got so bad that me and my sister had to sleep with shoes on and the window open. Because in the middle of the night, almost every night, when we least expect it while we're sleeping, she'll come in and start wailing on us, hitting us with anything that she can find. There was something about us not expecting her that gave her a thrill. Okay. Now I'm 16. My sister's 15. All right. My dad's still over there. Now they're getting divorced. My mom starts dating other men. All right. But she would disappear. She'll leave me and my 15-year-old sister at home alone in a little apartment for days and sometimes weeks. We wouldn't know when she's coming home. We didn't know if she was going to fill the fridge or how we were going to get food. Okay. One day she comes home and she says, "Hey guys, I found somebody. I want to move in with them." I was like, "Cool. Thinking we're coming with." No. She did not take us. So she dropped us off in this apartment building right here. And she said, "I'm going to pay the first month and sign it under my name since you guys are underage. And the rest is up to you." She drove off, and we never seen her or talked to her for many years later. Okay? Let me show you, kind of visualize how this apartment looked. We had very little furniture. We had 2 camping chairs as our couches. We had a mattress that we shared on the floor. Okay? Our food consists of bread, peanut butter, jelly, rice, and beans. Because I had to pay for all this, electricity, everything else, as 16 years old, I dropped out of high school. So the highest level of education that I have in high school is actually 10th grade. My sister had no will, no drive to go, so she dropped out in 9th grade. Okay? She couldn't work. I worked 2 jobs with little sleep in between. All right? Fast forward. I knew that if I stayed in that apartment, now if you guys ever been to Las Vegas on the Strip and kind of off the Strip, it's kind of scary, right? So, especially for young women, little kids, okay? So I knew if I was going to stay there, I was going to either be trafficked or I was going to die. I was going to be killed. So I made the hard choice of getting my GED and joining the military, okay? I, to this day, have the biggest guilt of leaving my sister behind, to this day. But I knew if I didn't get out of there, I wanted to be somebody, right? I had no tools to get there. I wanted a reason to live. I wanted a purpose. So I joined the military. Right when I turned 18, this picture here, I joined in the military, and I was pretty happy. I had a purpose. I had a goal. I had a dorm, right? I had food. That wasn't just what I had before. And I was thriving, all right? And when I say this, I joined the base honor guard. I went to college. I started going to college. Things I never dreamt that was possible for me. Winning awards, being recognized, loved it. But I also joined during Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Okay? What this means, if for those that don't know, this was put back, I joined in 2008, to keep people who are other than straight out of the military. Okay? I see my friends accidentally slip out and say it, and they were kicked out the next week. Okay? But I didn't care about love. I didn't need love. I need food. Okay? And I joined. Okay? Oh, sorry about that. Now, this one's going to be hard for me, okay? Bear with me. I had two of my friends over. They were men. And we hung out a lot. We were already friends for 6 months. And we'd play video games and eat dinner almost every weekend. These were one of my best friends. I remember this day vividly. They came over, we chose a game we were going to play, and I was making them spaghetti. And as I'm making spaghetti, the next thing I know, they rushed me. Okay, they dragged me to the bathroom. They ripped off my clothes and took me to the bed, and both had their way. Okay? At the end, they said, if you tell anybody that we did this to you, I'm going to tell everyone you're gay. Now, I did not tell anybody. That's no one's business. I didn't even care, right? But I guess because I was the prude of the dorm, and I'm one of those people where I can't lie. It's written all over my face. So if a commander were to come up to me and say, are you? I would say yes. And there's no way I'm going back to that hell. I had nothing. This happened at the end of 2009. Don't Ask, Don't Tell didn't disappear until September 2011. So almost 2 years of darkness, pure darkness. I was afraid to leave. Sometimes in the middle of the night, I was on the first floor of the dorms, and they would just tap on the window and laugh, torment me. I had to sleep in the same bed it happened in for 2 years. Okay? Maybe it happened in my dorm. I had nobody. I couldn't tell my family because I know they would report it, and I'll end up in Vegas again, right? So I had no one. I wanted to die. Okay? Suicide was very, very much a good option to turn off the thoughts and the pain that I felt. Instead, I turned to alcohol. And this is where it gets really shameful for me. I became a complete alcoholic. Okay, I would drink every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday fun day. And I'm not talking about a couple drinks here and there. I'm talking about blackout drunk. Okay, I'll go to work drunk. I started failing, getting in trouble. No one stopped and asked, hey, what's going on with you? I couldn't tell them anyway. Fast forward. Now this goes on to about 2016 now, so 5 years of this. Can't put down that bottle. It's the only thing that makes the voices stop telling me that I'm the one to blame. I let them in. I trusted them. I did this to myself. So one day me and my friends, my drinking friends, go to Austin, Texas. And by the way, I was stationed in Texas, here in Texas. And if you ever guys been to 6th Street, it's just a line full of bars, a street full of bars that you just go, jump bar hopping, right? It's a cool place, it's fun, but not where I should have been. It's a 5 to 6 hour drive from my base to 6th Street in Austin. All right? We're having a good time. I'm getting towards the blackout part. All of a sudden, I don't know where my friends are. They left me. So here I am. I was a little female walking in the street, 6th Street, completely wasted. I lost my wallet. I didn't know where I was. I'm sitting there on my phone, trying to call them, text them, where are you guys? Where are you? Boom. As I'm walking, I get hit by a car. Okay? I fly. This part I really rarely remember because how intoxicated I was. But my phone flew and it smashed. At that moment, all I could do was sleep. So I slept in the alley or in the walkway, cement of 6th Street, with nowhere, hours from home, no one around me, nowhere to go. It was awful. No one stopped to help, though. Nobody. I was bloody from the hit. No one stopped. At this moment, I knew this was rock bottom for me. This is the lowest I can go besides death. So somehow, in the morning when I woke up, I was very dehydrated, very in pain, right? I didn't know what happened, trying to recollect it again. Somehow Siri was still working. Okay, Siri saved my life. And I said, Siri, call my friend. And I calls my friend, and I'm like, please pick me up. And he drove all the way, 6 hours. And this is one of my non-drinking friends, okay? 6 hours, comes, picks me up. Drives one way and then 6 hours back. That's a true friend, okay? No questions asked. He just said, you need to get your life together. You're better than this. He was right. All my life I wanted to be something, but I was never given an opportunity. But I kept choosing the wrong things, okay? That's when I put the bottle down. Well, it took a while, okay? It's not an easy process. I had to go through AA for the military, a lot of therapy, talking it through. But eventually, I was able to turn my whole life around. I haven't touched the bottle since 2018. And I will... Thank you. Thank you. I'll never do it again. But that was hard. It was a struggle. It wasn't easy. It took years. Years of waking up, putting one foot in front of the other, knowing that I'm worth more than this. Okay? So I did really well as an instructor for combat medicine and traveled around the world and meeting great people, and I turned my whole life around. I changed my surroundings, changed my friends that I hung out with. All right? I also went back to school. This is one of my proudest things, okay? I know it's a little ostentatious, but I love this part. I went back to school. I did the impossible. High school dropout, right, 10th grade. I have 3 associates, 1 bachelor's, and 2 masters, currently. Very proud of them, very proud. But that's where I found my love for cyber. Okay, I didn't say this before, but I was a medic in the Air Force. No experience with computers at all. But once I got my master's in cyber, I got a 4.0, I got a summa cum laude, and I was the top of the class. I was the only girl, too. How about that? So, but I knew that's where I belonged. And I wanted to find a way to tell my story, especially today, to inspire those that, yeah, every journey is not going to be easy, but you can do it. All right? So fast forward more, my last deployment messed me up, all right, mentally. I had to get out. So I got out in 2021, and I joined Optum. And Optum was amazing at seeing people's skills, the soft skills, and putting them where they want to be. And they actually gave me a job in ethical hacking, which is my dream job, with no experience. Why did they do this? Because they wanted my soft skills. Okay, they saw something in me that I still have a hard time seeing in myself today. They believed in me. And I will be forever grateful for them. Still imposter syndrome here and there, but who doesn't, right? Like, we're all working on it every single day. All this to say, and I want to wrap up my story now, all right? Full circle back to my sister. Today, my partner and myself live with my sister and her 2 girls, okay? They're 4 and 10. I'm so proud of my sister. You have no idea. We live in a really big house in Michigan together, and I'm happy to report we have couches now with cushions on them, okay? We did it. We made it. And every single day, we make it a mission that those little girls feel safe, feel loved, and feel wanted every single day. Happy ending, right? So far. So I'm here today to kind of show, this is how I kind of vision everyone's life, okay? There's not one person that shares another timeline with another person. We might have similar stories, but we all handle it differently, right? It's what makes us different. It's what makes us unique. We need to understand and love our story. It's full of ups and downs. I'm sure there's going to be more downs down the future, but I'll be able to handle them better than I did before. Okay, we grow every single day. Own your story. We only live once, right? As far as I know. All stories are different in one way or another. Embrace it. Love it. Don't feel that shame. I know it's hard. But every day when we wake up in the morning, we have a chance to write in our book a blank page and write something new, whether it be positive, negative, okay? We can't change the past. The ink is already dried on that. It's printed. It's done. You can't go back, right? But we have a chance to write something new and focus on today and the future. All right, it makes us stronger. Take your power back. I'm no longer the little girl who was afraid of my mom, who's afraid of my abusers, who's afraid of life. I'm standing in front of all of you on a stage, taking my power back for the very first time. My advice is turn your wounds into wisdom. Share them. Be able to tell, and I know there's some of you out there who still doesn't feel comfortable telling their story, and that's okay. It's not easy. But I hope that all of you that have a story, which I know probably all of us have went through some kind of adversity of some kind, tell your story, whether it be by a book or on a stage in front of a lot of people, or any kind of way, your friends, your family, let it out. There's some kind of power that you feel and healing that you feel when you're able to get it out and tell your story. You don't know who you're going to inspire next, okay? Or who you're going to affect. I want to thank every single one of you for letting me tell my story for the very first time.